The biggest mistake you make is still throwing rotten apples away. Has anyone ever told you that the more rotten an apple is, the more unexpected benefits it actually has, and that it can save you a great deal of money every year? In today's video, I will show you the reason why you should absolutely never eat apples that have gone bad, but also why you should not be in a hurry to throw them away. Instead, you will discover ways to turn rotten apples into useful ingredients in daily life. Stay until the end of the video because it will surely make you regret the habit of tossing them. Many people still believe that when an apple becomes rotten, you just need to cut away the spoiled part, and then you can continue eating the rest. However, this is an extremely wrong and dangerous idea. Apples that already show rotten spots usually contain mold toxins, mycotoxins. These substances can cause diarrhea, gastritis, and even have long-term effects on intestinal health. More worryingly, even the parts that appear fresh may already have been invaded by microorganisms and produced harmful substances that the naked eye cannot see. Especially if an apple has already spoiled by 1/3, it is best that you throw it away immediately and absolutely never try to eat the rest. However, that does not mean those rotten apples can only be thrown away. On the contrary, if you know how to make use of them, they still bring many unexpected and useful purposes in everyday life. Let's immediately explore the hidden values inside these apples that seem useless. Use 1. Making an enzyme cleaning solution. Apples, once they have gone rotten, although they cannot be eaten anymore, are still a wonderful ingredient that can be used to make a natural enzyme cleaning solution, a substitute for industrial dishwashing liquid. The method is also very simple. First, cut the spoiled apples into small pieces, removing the parts that are bruised and almost unusable, keeping only the firm parts. After that, chop them into smaller pieces. It doesn't need to be too fine. I am very curious, from which country are you watching this video? Please leave a comment below. Who knows, we might be surprised to see so many friends from all around the world sharing the same interest in discovering these useful little tips. Then prepare a clean plastic bottle with a moderate capacity and put all the chopped apples into it. Note to fill the apples only about 70% of the bottle's volume, leaving 30% empty space to create room for the fermentation process. Then add clean water so that it covers the fruit just a little. Finally, use plastic wrap to cover the bottle's mouth tightly and use a toothpick to poke 2-3 small holes so that the excess gas can escape. The bottle containing the apples needs to be placed in a cool, well-ventilated place, avoiding direct sunlight, with the fermentation time lasting from 2 weeks to 1 month. During this process, about every 3 days, you should open the cover once to release the gas and stir the mixture evenly, helping the apples soak evenly in the water and avoiding the phenomenon of spoiled fermentation or unpleasant odors. When the time is enough, you only need to remove the plastic wrap on top and then strain to take the clear liquid through a sieve, and we obtain the fermented solution of apples. Next, pour it into a spray bottle or a bottle with a spout to use. This enzyme solution can be used to wash plates, bowls, cups, or other kitchen utensils. In apples, there is natural citric acid, which has the ability to clean grease stuck on the surface of utensils. In addition, apple peels contain many antioxidants, which have antibacterial effects while also making utensils shinier after washing. The special point is that it is completely safe for health, not containing toxic chemicals like industrial dishwashing liquid. Even when used for children's utensils, you can be absolutely assured. This is not only a way to take advantage of spoiled apples effectively, but also a solution to protect the health of the family, save expenses, and contribute to reducing waste in the environment. Use 2. Using rotten apples as fertilizer for watering plants. Not only does it stop at replacing dishwashing liquid, the enzyme solution from rotten apples also has another extremely wonderful use, making fertilizer and water for plants. This is an effective way to take advantage, helping green plants develop strongly, while also saving the cost of buying chemical fertilizers. To use, you only need to dilute the enzyme solution from earlier with clean water at a ratio of 1:10, that is 1 part apple enzyme solution and 10 parts water. After that, use this mixture to water directly at the base or spray onto the leaves of plants. Thanks to the mild acidity, the plants will grow more lushly, the leaves greener, and the flowers bloom brilliantly with lasting color. One thing to note is that the enzyme solution after fermentation to standard will not have an unpleasant odor. On the contrary, it usually has a gentle sour fragrance, similar to the smell of fermented fruit. This shows the solution has fermented in the right way and can be safely used for plants. The natural acid in apples has the effect of improving soil structure, making the soil looser and more porous, creating conditions for the roots of plants to develop and absorb nutrients more easily. In addition, the enzyme from apples also contains a lot of vitamin C and antioxidants, acting as a source of added nutrients for plants. Thanks to this, plants not only grow greener, but also gain higher resistance, becoming more resilient against pests and harsh weather. With this method, apples that seemed destined to be thrown away now become a miracle remedy for your little garden. Safe, economical, and contributing to protecting the environment, truly one effort with double benefits. Use 3. Using apple seeds to sprout new plants. Another wonderful use of rotten apples is making use of the seeds to sprout new plants. This method is not only interesting, but also brings long-term value, turning apples that seemed useless at the beginning into the beginning of a new green life. First, separate the intact apple seeds from the spoiled fruit. Choose seeds that are firm with hard shells, not cracked or damaged. Then prepare a dry sheet of paper, place the seeds on it, then spray a little water onto the seeds to create moisture and wrap these seeds tightly. Place them in a place with a stable temperature of about 77 degrees. And after just 2-3 days, you will see the seeds begin to sprout into tiny shoots. This is the important first step to creating healthy young apple trees. When the seeds have sprouted, you prepare loose soil that is rich in nutrients and drains well. Sow the seeds into the soil cover with a thin layer of soil on top and lightly water to keep them moist. Do not water too much to avoid waterlogging, which will damage the young sprouts. After that, place the pot in a location with gentle sunlight and good airflow. In just about 2 weeks, you will see green young plants pushing up from the soil. If cared for regularly with enough watering, adding organic fertilizer, and keeping the soil always loose, the plants will develop very quickly. At first, you can keep them as ornamental plants in the house or in the garden to create green space. With patience and technique, the plants can even be grafted to produce fruit in the following years. The wonderful thing is that this process not only helps you save, but also brings joy when you see with your own eyes a new life forming from spoiled apples. Both protecting the environment and having more green trees in the garden, it is really worth trying, isn't it? So we have just explored 3 wonderful uses of rotten apples that seemed like they could only be thrown away. The important thing to remember is apples that have spoiled should absolutely not be eaten. Instead, take advantage of them to make a natural enzyme solution to replace industrial dishwashing liquid or dilute to make fertilizer and sprout seeds into new green plants. Think about it, how many times in your house have you had to regretfully throw away some apples that had gone rotten? If today you discover these unexpected uses, which way will you choose to take advantage of first making dishwashing liquid watering plants or sprouting seeds to grow new trees? Leave a comment right below so I can see together with everyone. Which tip is like to be applied the most? If you find the video useful, don't forget to press like, share, so that many more people know about it, and follow the channel to watch even more simple saving and extremely useful tips.